should lead to marriage. But speaking on issue, he has been reportedly committed a suicide in Sapele local government area of Delta State. So it was learned that this man in particular, he took his life after he found out that his wife of over six a private clinic in the Amukwe area of Sapele, where doctors battled to save his life, but he reportedly died on Sunday. The cab driver who used to shuttle between Abraka, Eko, Sapele, and Sapele took his life because of his wife, a source said. A resident of the area who also spoke to The Punch said that in anonymity he was using to ply the route. So a neighbor identified simply as Mama Rita said Felix decided to end it all when he suspected that his wife was indulging in extramarital affairs. The deceased was married to the wife and they had 6 children. The man was always complaining of his wife, his wife's alleged infidelity, and most times they would quarrel over it. And he was always saying he would kill himself because of her infidelity. So that day, we never knew that he had bought the sniper insecticide. And before we knew what was happening, he drank the insecticide in his car. And people who saw him, they raised the alarm live for. What kind of love would make you want to kill yourself because someone is not faithful to you? Well, as much as suicide is not an option, it should never be an option. It should never cross your mind. You should never think of taking your life. If you're a Christian, they used to say that, I haven't confirmed though, but I hear some Christians saying that if you commit suicide, it's like killing and taking your own life, so it's a murder on yourself, so you go to hellfire. I don't know what others think, but whether you're a Christian or not, I don't think suicide is an option. It should never cross your mind. Like, life is too simple. Life is too easy. If she doesn't want you, or if she's being unfaithful to you, decided to marry someone and you promise to be faithful and you sort of know how your husband is, and this is something he's been saying according to that source, your infidelity, I will kill myself, or I will kill myself, and you didn't take note of it. You took it for granted. Well, lesson for each and every one of us. When you hear things feel like taking their lives would end their sorrow, you don't even know what is in the next life. Like, you don't know if you're active, you're doing something. If you don't have any other thing to do, just cry. Crying is something. I'm not saying you should cry though. Do something at least. It's just to go to a place that is just blank and just space all through. Well, I don't know what the afterlife looks like, but when I do, I'll let you guys know. But like I said, suicide should never be an option for anybody. Not an option. There's a possibility that this person is not comfortable with the kind of life he or she has right now, and this person needs. You could talk to them, help them out with little things. If it's money they want, if you have something on Thursday to journalists after a closed-door meeting that lasted nearly 3 hours. So he said, we have agreed as a region, the health commissioners of the states in the region were urged to meet urgently to design preventive measures to curb the issue of coronavirus. Meanwhile, still on this same matter, he spoke recently for turning it into politics, and some people will want to criticize you. But as governors, ours is to do things in the best interest of the state and in the best interest of in the larger majority of people. We cannot stop people from playing politics out of whatever we do. We are not going to be deterred by the criticism of some group of people. We are elected as governors to do the best we can to secure our people and to bring developments to our people, he said. He spoke further. The Delta State helmsman noted that the regional governors do not need to seek permission from anybody or group before carrying out their constitutional responsibility. He believes that following a joint meeting, there is an urgent need to share a security approach. There is a need to support the security agencies, the police, the military, with the civilian outfit, so that collaboratively we can truly become more efficient. So this particular statement and this particular reaction from the governor of Delta State, it's coming after the coalition of Niger Delta agitators. They warned the South governors against establishing a regional security outfit. Now, this warning is coming from coalition of Niger Delta agitators. In a statement, the group accused the governors, that's the South governors, of having an ulterior political motive behind the move for the outfits. Now, if this accusation is or this allegation is coming out, also, the same thing, similar things were said regards Amoteko before it was passed. Where some person said, well, they just want to use it for some political reasons. It's not solely for security in that region and the rest of it. But it's on now. It's been passed, and well, I don't know. There's no specific story on what it's been like for them since it was passed. But in the South, some persons raised complaint outside the coalition of Niger Delta, saying that it's been established for some sort of for some ulterior political motive. Some persons feel that in the South, now, if you look at the western part, there's a common language, which is Yoruba. If you look at the northern part, there's a common language, which is Hausa. But if you look at the South, there is no common language between all the South states. Edo speaks a different language. In Delta, there are different parts and they speak different languages. In probably Cross River, Akwa Ibom might be similar, but it's still different. And in River State, it's a different one. In Bayelsa State, it's a different one. Now, there are different languages within South. Some persons feel language might be a barrier, but then I don't know. I seriously doubt the language should be a barrier, but I'd love to get your thoughts on that one, though, because if language should be an issue, I think the common thing that's everybody in the South speaks, or maybe not everybody, but Pidgin is something common. So if speaking the tribal language or the traditional language for different states is an issue, we all speak Pidgin. And I also believe personally that if things are being put in place, I think it should be something that might work out. But then, don't you think that instead of setting a regional security outfit, why don't they allow states to set their own security outfits? Like, why can't it be something state, you do whatever you have to do, as a state, not as a region? Now, some persons are feeling that this coming together as a region, although it's under the name of security outfits and tackling issues within this particular region. But some persons feel like there might be some ulterior political motive behind this. I'd love to hear what you think and how you feel about this security outfit in the South. But most importantly, I'd love to get your eyewitness report. Tell me what's happening in your community. Did it rain in your area? Did you see that lightning and thunder? How did you react? Because I almost broke everything that was in my hand at that point in time. Thank God my phone wasn't in my hand though. But call in at 0817 0000951 or 0810951091. And I can also imagine some communities are flooded right now. Polo, how are you guys faring? Oh God. Let me know what's happening at Ulu, please, if you're around that area. And I'm sure there's so many communities going through a whole lot. Romo Dogo, Iwa Burama, how are you guys doing? 95.1 FM.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
My name is Peter, calling from Port Harcourt.
Welcome, Peter. Go ahead, please.
You see, there is a place we call Amwe in the greater local government. There is a people that primary school there before the Anglican. That place is overflooded. And the people have been wicked people. They stop the other side. And they said that they will not cross. Today I suffered a lot. We check. You see floods. They just covered the gutter channel to the stream. And everywhere was flooded. In fact, this place, I don't know what to say. I come away. The greater in the three local government.
Yeah.
And that place is too much. The flood there is much. Then Tamotoku the regional security outfit.
Yeah.
I don't encourage that in this country. I don't know what they're pushing. They will bring another problem in this country. And when they will kindle the fire, they will not be able to quench it. What are they trying to mobilize? Everywhere we have South, we have Southeast, we have Southwest. The people from the North, they have single northern. And when people are united, they are much stronger. In case now all this security outfit now clash, they will tell them now the Southwest clash with the South. Or South outfit, the security outfit clash with the Southeast. But now you see the matter now, they mobilize themselves in unity. And as you say, it's also supposed to be something regional. People reject like a state. When they say to mobilize themselves.
That was a question though.
They will take care of themselves. It's not that regional. It's going to cause another thing. And when they kindle the fire and the fire is on, no, they may not be able to quench it. Everything they are going is bringing another problem. It's bringing another problem in this country. They will mobilize another thing and bring another thing. They should do it step by step if they like. I know that this idea is motivated by OSPAC in River State here. Whereby they discover that they are very strong enough to be able to come. And OSPAC can be able to organize. Thank God for River State. You see them going in different communities, having their own OSPAC. It is good. In River State they can mobilize it. So just not going to regional.
Oh dear, I don't know what's happening, but I didn't get to hear major parts of what you were saying. But thank you so much. I guess you were feeling that making it a state security outfit will be way better than a regional, because when they come together, it's way stronger. And when there's a clash between different regions, it's something else. And meanwhile, some of the persons feel that, like he was saying, it just made me remember that thought. Take for example, let's use OSPAC and River State. Now, OSPAC is doing a good job according to so many persons. OSPAC has been really helpful to curbing the issue of insecurity in many communities and in many localities. But then there are some sort of fears in some persons that it will get to a point that these people feel like they're untouchable. They are this, they are that. They've been securing this, they've been securing that. Not just some thoughts. Some persons are already making allegations like that. Like these people might go rogue at one point in time, or they might just, what if you get to a particular point in time and these people probably maybe things been put in place, some other things. What happens at that point in time? How do you manage the situation? It's 0817 0000951 0810951091. Text message, WhatsApp message 0701 933 9962. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. Welcome.
I am Mr. Johnson calling from Bolu.
Johnson, go ahead. How is Bolu?
Bolu is flooded.
Oh, God.
It is well.
It's very well.
So, yes. So we need the Tetraco, the NDDC to do their work very, very fast. Their work seems to be very, very slow. You know, there's a way they block the water in such that the whole water is coming to the junction and entering houses, and the thing is so pathetic. Yes, so let me go straight. Let me go straight to the
go ahead.
The regional our south governor.
Yeah, go on.
Yes, I think like you said, I think the thing should be within the states to be carrying out that security outfit. So because of our language differences and the clash of interest, political and otherwise.
Why? Yeah, I know so many persons are talking about this issue of language, but why should language be a challenge? At least everybody can speak Pidgin. So if speaking a different dialect is an issue, we just stoop for speaking Pidgin.
You know, yes. In terms of when it comes to the some political interest, sometimes they forget that.
Okay.
You see, because of political reason as interest, clash of interests, you know, sometimes they forget all that. So I think, yes, I think the Niger Delta agitators and the militants, they should forget about it, but though it's a good move from the governors, it's a good move from the governors to bring out the security outfit from Niger Delta. It's a good move. But if they can do it, it's good.
All right.
But to me, let it be within the state to guide themselves and their territorial integrity and their territory.
All right.
That should be the best.
Okay, thank you so much for calling in.
All right.
95.1 FM. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. Welcome.
Thank you. Bolo, good evening.
Bolu isn't here with us today.
All right. A bit of Lundele.
Abir, it's good to have you on the program. Go ahead.
Thank you, my dear.
let me just simply react on this South governors comment about security outfit.
Yeah.
I don't know why these governors, they want to take us back to where we come back from before. We have the solution of insecurity in Nigeria. Look at what's happening today. Look at the rate of OSPAC, the way they are doing their job. Things are going well. Look at, but how long have you been hearing about kidnapping East West Road? Everywhere is free. They have sanitized everything today.
Okay.
Even in the various communities where I am coming from, we have a OSPAC and they are doing an excellent job. So why don't they emulate from there? Those in Delta should also come and OSPAC in their own various communities, in various states. I forgot about they are looking where to take money. These governments are looking where to take money because how is the solution? The people OSPAC are there to solve all these problems. Even in Nigeria, sir, what are they talking about? They can't tell police to go and do security job in my community now because they don't know the boys. But within the community, OSPAC, even the bush where they are coming from, they know what I'm saying. So what are they talking about security outfit? Sometimes if I hear all these things, it muffles me. So please, they should return OSPAC everywhere so that normalcy will return to our place.
Why would you suggest OSPAC should be in all states? So what's the difference between having OSPAC in all states within the South and them just forming a particular security outfit? Because if you're suggesting OSPAC be in all states in the South, then it's like they're all coming together for OSPAC. And then River State would now be like the headquarters of that security outfit. All right, at Egbema, about 4 people have been confirmed dead and 3 others hospitalized following alleged action of a reckless driver working for a firm which conveys hydrocarbon products through Egbema route in Oba Egbema Ndoni local government area of River State. So our correspondents gather that the victims who are reportedly crushed by the truck driver include a mother and her daughter, her child rather. So the chairman of Obako Egbema Liso, that's Francis Ife Ibweke, confirmed the incident to our correspondent. He said it was not the first time a truck conveying hydrocarbon product from Imo State and route Egbema will kill an indigene of the community. So Ife Ibweke said his people and an advocacy group have resolved to shut down operations of the company until the issue of incessant killing of residents of Egbema is resolved. He said that security agencies have also been alerted over that particular incident. A very sad story there. 95.1 FM. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Buki.
Good evening to you. Welcome.
My name is George calling from Emoha local government.
George, good to hear from you. Go ahead.
Yes, I am really support for security. Any man that doesn't want security is everybody's business. If the governors of South have come together to bring ideas, how to make sure that South is going to have a security this thing, and people are disposing it, that is their own personal opinion. I am recommending them. I am commending them. They should make sure that they should bring strategies so that our insecurity that is happening within our South region. Yeah, our governors, let us give them a chance. Let us give them a chance. Because without security,
so far in River State, don't you think OSPAC is doing a good job?
Yes, OSPAC is.
So why do we need to come together as a region now? What if Delta States?
OSPAC is not everywhere in River State. You should know. OSPAC is just within the Omok and the Ikwere.
Then why don't we just clamor for OSPAC to be in every part of River State, every community in River State, and then imagine Delta States, they set up another security. Yeah, I'm listening.
If anybody needs OSPAC in his local government, because if you write to OSPAC, I can't speak for them.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to ask a question here. If every community in River State has OSPAC and we don't have so much issues when it comes to security, so what's the point of River State joining this, like all the South region? Okay, River State now has OSPAC. Imagine Bayelsa State has another outfit.
Okay, no. Let there be uniform security. That is my state. Let me give my earlier report.
Go ahead.
I am pleading with the local government chairman. You were elected.
What local government chairman?
Emoha local government is some are lazy. My brother, my sister, come to Emoha local government area, you will not see any project executed by local government chairman. Go and make investigation. I have been calling you, telling you, go and make investigation that there is no project that the local government chairman of Emoha local government is executing in Emoha local government. And the people of Emoha, myself, I am really angry with that. That a man that called himself a local government chairman that is supposed to solve the problem of the rural community, that is the third tier of government of River State. Within Emoha local government, no project. Go to Ikwere local government, go and see what someone one of the is doing in Ikwere local government. Why can't our own local government chairman of Emoha local government area come to Emoha local government and give our people water? There is no water in Rumigbe. Go to several communities in Emoha local government, there's no electricity at Uva. So many things happening within Emoha local government. They are not coming to us. And the things they refuse to come to us now that we needed them. We are the one that voted the local government chairman into power. We are pleading with him that Emoha local government should be a local government that will be championing development. No water. If you go to several communities in Emoha local government like Rumodogo, people have been crying. No, the House of Assembly is not coming. The local government chairman is not coming. Not even the councillor representing them coming now. But when election time will come, that I am telling them that God is going to disappoint all of them that doesn't want Emoha local government to develop in one way or the other. The politicians in Emoha local government are not listening to the plight of Emogans. They are not listening to the plight of Emogans. They are there in Port Harcourt. It's okay. They have children. They are investing. Let them invest the money. Let them, any matter they want to do the local government for. They should do is that there is God. If they will not remember our foremothers and our forefathers in our rural communities. I am pleading with the local government chairman. I am pleading with you, sir. Sir, you are elected there for you to solve problems. Please come and solve our problem. Even though you cannot solve it, come and give us water. Come and give us electricity. Those basic amenities. Security. That is what we need. Please, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, thank you so much for calling in. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you.
Good evening, Salawes. Very well.
I think the security is not even enough. They should even form more.
They should partner with who now?
The rate of crime is too much, killings and all the rest.
In the south.
Everywhere, you see what is happening in Andoni? Andoni local government. The whole town, there are some group of bandits don't hold out local government ransom, killing people anyhow. So they should form more. We need peace. If we have police, so they don't have enough personnel to secure the country. So if the regional governments form their own security outfit, then OSPAC will be there too. The only thing, let them not conflict each other, They should have areas of operation, so that they will not. But I don't think so, because all are security prevention. So when they see each other, they can't clash. So we even need more bodies, so that police, because we have lost trust in police, they're just there, collecting money. They're not doing anything. If there's robbery operation, we call police. They won't come immediately. Or if you call us back, they will be there. They will be, in fact, if you just give them the directive, they will be there. They want to chase, they want to have clash with the armed robbers or the bandits. So if we set up another security outfit, those people will be brave enough to maybe you map them out on a highway, and some bushes, those people who are disguising under the flag, killing people. Yes. So they call the bushes. If they see you, they arrest you. Nobody's above arrest. Whether you're a Fulani herdsman or what, you can be arrested. Even arrest all the cow. If I shall have done it, arrest the whole cow, go keep them one place. So that you will not plant your corn. Somebody will just invade your farm and eat it up.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Salawes, for calling in. All right. This person says to the SMS portal now, Ebuka in Port Harcourt, on the ill-fated sex romp, the lady went to 90 vigil. Truly, don't you know that? He said, don't you know that nowadays we have different types of 90 vigil? God. I actually don't know. Thanks for letting me know. It's only one named vigil I'm aware of. All right, this one says, good evening. Please, I call on NDDC in respect of our solar system. 65% is in abnormal shape. They should help us to restore their abnormalities. My sister, NEPA light in Emoa is, don't mention. We know there's general problem in terms of electricity in Nigeria, but we absolutely need to game the little as others do. South arranging security outfit is a welcome development only if it is well organized. This is coming from Neki White from Eli Brada in MOA local government area. Good evening.
Hello, Michi.
Good evening to you. Welcome. How are you doing?
Thank God for my call today.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, good to hear from you, Michi.
It's also good to hear from you too.
Yeah, favorite. Which is here. I actually sympathize with that man that took his life. And I want to talk to you from personal experience. Hey, Gucci, when you see a man or a woman, before you fall in love, you know who that man, that woman is spiritually. Because I can tell my personal experience when I was growing up, and I have to fall in love with a girl, Gucci. She was a beautiful girl. But there are some marine powers behind her. So when we are going on in terms of those days, if not God had rescued me, only hearing that she even start with somebody to talk, my heart will be beating. No, I don't want to share anybody. I don't want her to share anybody with me, that kind of thing. It was now when I grew mature, I was just like maybe my teenage age, you know. But now that I grew up, I now know that all those things here, there are spirits behind something that happened. You know, when you fall in love with a man, if that man is connected to spiritual something, not clean spiritually, he may frustrate you. You know,
yeah.
You see yourself doing unusual. I'm telling you the truth. That's why, no matter what, I advocate that people should try to be close to God, so that you can control yourself. Nobody worth dying for. I know it's pain. I don't think that's from the side of the man or side of the woman. It's very, very painful. I never married to you.
Okay.
I want to share. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello. Another would I want to share. Want to share you with anybody, or anybody sharing with you.
All right,
so
B.O.B.
And then I want people to hook up to God, maybe give a life to Christ so that they can control themselves when that happens.
All right, thank you so much, B.O.B.
Equality is that everybody should be contented with what you have. Everybody contented with what you have. You're contented with what you have. You are not greedy. You don't take what belongs to people. Everybody is all this quality. You know, you're not going to work hard. Discover your talent, discover your skill, where you can make extra out of it. I know what God gives to you. Be contented with it.
Right.
When you discover that people are greedy, you want to get everything. You can't even go. You can't even bury with any car or building. You want to grab only you have 7 buildings, 10 car. The politician. What belongs to community? Only you want to take it. So because.
Okay, you were sounding so angry. They are parking all the cars. How many the rest of us get? 95.1 FM.
Good evening to you.
Good evening, Mr. Zion. Good to hear from you.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
Okay.
You are truly motivating and inspiring me in person, personally.
Okay.
I thank God for that GRA house where they stay. They give you spiritual.
It gives me spiritual motivation.
I'm telling you.
Only in the mornings, though. Mrs. Zion, good to hear from you. Go ahead, please.
Yes. The truth is this rainy season, a lot of areas in Port Harcourt will be flooded. But I want to beg residents in this environment, they should not come to any radio station to call and complain. They should go and clean their drainages. I'm telling you, they should go and clean their drainages. from Orderly Road down to the new road towards Akpajo, down to the Abba Road, linking the First Bank area. These people should go clean their drainages. Because what I saw last weekend, I wasn't pleased with it. I wasn't pleased with it, I'm telling you. The government have provided the drainage for you. You still want the government to come and clean it up for you again? Where is our patriotism as a people? Now, for the brave security in the Niger or South region, this is scam. It will not work. Look at it. There's also fault from the beginning. Look at the funding process from the 13%. So the day the federal government will not give you the 13%, you are not going to.
No, that's not a funding process. I think they were talking. That was part of the discussion during that meeting they had.
It is anchoring it on the 13%. Why didn't they anchor it on the security votes? Look at the error already. We don't need that issue in this environment. The same people are the cause of insecurities in our environment. If they can provide jobs for the youth, give us enabling environments to do business, companies will relocate back to the Niger Delta or South region. Jobs will be in the South region. The people will not commit any crime. The billions they want to waste in buying hardware because of security, they should convert that money to the hands of the people. And for the security issue, look at, we are already divided now. We don't have one voice. When this administration will leave, the next administration will scrap it. That is just the truth. And you see that.
All right, I'm sorry, we lost you there, Mr. Zion. Do also call back. But on the issue of the 13% derivation, it is not a source. It wasn't stated that that's like where they generate fund from for the security outfits. That was just one of the issues that were discussed during the meeting they had. So please don't get it twisted. Until it's been reported, so far it's not been said that that's the source of their funds. But to the WhatsApp portal, this person says setting up regional security will cause more harm than good to the region. This is coming from Damiete Erekosima. I hope I got that right. But I wonder why you feel it will do more harm than good to the South region. This one says, urgent. Please, there is a serious fire outbreak in Sandfield, Burkiri, close to New Era Brilliant College. Please help us to call the fire service. This is coming from Boma. Boma, thank you very much. I'll do my best to send messages across. This one says, my name is Imaman Abam from Echain, River State. On the issue of security outfits by South governors is a welcome development, but it will not work without creating employment for the youth. Those governors should call their children for the security outfit. Oh God. Oh. Okay. Is that the governors should call their own children for the security outfit for it to work? All right. This one says, Buchi, good evening. What is the difference between OSPAC and the community police? For me, the OSPAC is people-oriented and the other is politically oriented. God knows that whatever comes from these politicians doesn't work. Why have they not involved OSPAC? This is coming from Comrade Ear Ernest from Osiakbo. And this person says, good evening, Buchi. Good evening to you too. The raining season is here again. And our community senior secondary school, Odoa Emoa, is nothing to write home about. The school needs urgent renovation and the state government and Commission of Education is doing nothing about it. Is it when the building falls on a student that's when they will show concern? God is watching, though. So Chibuike Gospel says. 95.1 FM to the phone lines. Good evening.
Hello.
Waburama.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening to you, Waburama. You're welcome.
Yes. How are you?
Very well, thank you. It's good to hear from you. How is Rumodogo today?
No problem. But we have entered the main profit on day 3. I am telling you. I don't even know that the government will support the community like this. I don't even know because I try for them to make sure they enter that position. But they refuse to hold my people for our cry. I am crying every day. This rumor to go road today. I'm telling you, I run away from my community. When the rain wanted to start,